me of a spatula at home.
It kind of does. Oh, hey.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway.
Anyway, so welcome, episode 1 of Rogue Blokes Collective. My name is Yas.
Andy.
Ragul, nice to meet you all.
Hi, my name's Andy.
We're currently working on the mic setup.
First episode, guys.
First episode.
You start somewhere.
Yeah, we're starting
Start from the bottom. Hopefully, we'll get somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. You know, as Drake said, started from the bottom. Now I'm here somewhere.
That's it.
We'll get there.
Brother, confidence. We need some confidence here, bro. Bloody hell. Junior.
See, Junior's just all about it, isn't he?
No, we'll get there.
Yeah,
Junior
you reckon?
hasn't had his snacks yet. Probably that's probably why.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You've been snacking. What have you been eating?
All this time we're talking, I have the mic like this, and I don't realise I have to talk into it.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
talk
Kind of how
into
it
it.
works.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, like
I call myself old school, but then I say this is how
mean-
it was back in the day. But now it's like you got a wireless speaker, you got a speaker over here.
yeah, it does get difficult to keep up with the times.
That's it, bro.
It's fair enough.
I mean, obviously you can catch up with this guy.
I mean, look,
Sometime,
hey,
right?
I'm the oldest one here, and you're the one that can't keep up with the time. So make it make sense, guys.
So obviously first episode,
Oh yeah,
pretty excited, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, very excited actually.
Oh yeah, right.
yeah.
Ooh.
Very excited.
That was
yeah.
very seductive.
You sound
eh?
it, yeah. Anyways, guys.
You know what it is? It's just a couple of blokes meeting up on a Sunday evening. The footy's on, everything's on at the moment.
Gather around.
Gather round, which
Yeah.
I don't agree
Look,
with.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Footy is meant to be played in Melbourne.
I agree.
You may hate
but
me
like,
for it,
it's
but,
another reason to get out of Melbourne, though.
Hey?
It's another reason to get out of Melbourne.
Yes,
And see the rest of
I
the
understand.
country.
But when it comes to footy,
Yeah.
there's the whole Coliseum, which is right over there.
It's right down the
whole
road, yeah.
Coliseum, the MCG,
Yeah.
Melbourne Cricket Ground, which is after. We're not. There's no free publicity for the MCG, but
Hey, look,
it's a colossal.
it's a Coliseum. It's 100% a Coliseum.
Coliseum.
Yeah, Coliseum. I don't know what you were saying, bro, but it's.
Hey, listen. Wait. I woke up in Mickland this morning. I didn't realise I was there. All right. So I've had a long.
He's
night.
got amnesia, guys. He's got delayed onset amnesia.
Thank you, mate. Things we can't do without this guy, huh? You want to say something, Julia?
No, so I'm a bit uninformed about this whole round, gather round.
Yeah,
You can
fair
tell me a
Wait,
little bit?
you don't know?
I don't really follow football.
So I think it was 2 years. Was it 2 years ago? It wasn't last year. I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago.
Doesn't like footy.
No, I never said I don't like it. I just don't watch it. I played footy in school.
Let me try to explain it to you, Junior. So I'm pretty sure Gather Round started about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was the AFL's incentive to take the footy to Adelaide for whatever reason. Don't ask me why. Couldn't tell you. But it's been a success, I think, over the last couple of years. I think last year they had a fair few spectators.
It's not successful when your team, Richmond Tigers, lose by 60 points to the Fremantle Dockers.
I mean, look, when you beat the Crows on a Thursday night to open the Gather Round, it's a good day. It's a good weekend for you.
Hey,
You
listen,
know,
Richmond 3 and 4
birthday
years.
weekend too. So I'm having a ripper weekend here, boys.
I think the viewers out there would love to know about Richmond's 3 and 4 years. I know that some of the boys out there watching.
Yeah, but
sick and
see,
tired of
Richmond's
hits.
3 to 4 years versus Geelong's 15 years.
Hey, listen. We can be talking about this all day, right? Well, we're here for the real
Anyway,
issue,
The real
which
issues.
is men's mental health.
That's it.
Yes.
That's what we're here for.
Well, we're here for, huh? That's what this podcast is about. Episode 1.
Yeah.
Hopefully, looking to launch this into something.
Yeah.
Just to spread the awareness. Yes, Junior. Would you agree?
I agree.
He agrees.
Hey, he's got much to say just yet. Wait till he gets a mic, and you might hear him open up a bit more.
Junior is going to tear it up.
Yeah.
Why don't we give Andy the mic just to give him an introduction?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So apparently, Gotti's just like, oh, why don't we give him the mic?
Well, I think we should all do instructions, right?
Yeah, I think you guys will.
Yeah, just fine.
No, we go on. Nah, elders, you reckon? Fuck, you're gonna stitch me up. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it back to you.
All right. So my name's Yas. 32. Turned 32 yesterday. Yeah. Work full time. Work part time. Own a couple of cars and a motorbike. That's it. And I'm here to just talk some shit with some mates and give Gotti hell. So that's me.
Well, yeah. Well, on the other side of the spectrum, this is Ragul here. I just thought, it'd be nice to gather around with the boys on a weekly basis and just talk about the serious issues out there. Outside of the four walls here, I do a lot of cracking necks, so neck cracking for a living, and I'm a personal trainer as well. So if you guys need to, if you guys need to get yourself fit and whatnot, I'm always happy to help. The DMs are open. But that's a little bit about me. Love me four-wheel driving, love some off-roading. Can't go wrong with that. Going the next week for Adelaide, so can't wait for that. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Junior, up to you, mate.
Well, my name's Andy. I'm here as the young boy, I guess. You agree?
Absolutely.
Well, you are the young.
I am the young boy, but I'm here to give the young boys perspective on a few things.
Good boy.
Yeah, good boy. Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Learn from him.
But yeah, no, hopefully I can give some interesting perspectives. Outside of here, I'm still in uni, doing business degree. Yeah, just into the cars like most of us.
Nice.
Yeah, good boy like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously with this podcast, we don't want to make it too serious.
Yeah, obviously
there's
the
going to be
topics.
some banter, there's going to be some laughs, this and
Well,
that.
yeah, the topics we talk about are going to be quite heavy.
Yeah,
so,
ins and outs.
Yeah, so
We obviously had to roast this guy, obviously wearing a cap and everything.
what?
Yeah, he has to cover that.
He has to,
Otherwise, it's too much cover.
Hey man, look, at least I've embraced it, yeah?
He's embraced
like Rags over there is wearing a toupee, but
nice toupee, don't it?
he's holding on for dear life.
Haters going to hate.
Hey, look, I've embraced it, man. I actually don't mind it, to be
That's
honest.
good,
Yeah.
man, that's good. There you go.
Yeah. So episode 1, guys, we wanted to look at, I guess, the effects of COVID before COVID.
Just 5 years ago.
Yeah, which is 5 years ago. Fuck, to
Jesus.
think about it. Yeah, COVID, started off in, obviously we all know where it started off, in 2019, the back end of 2019. And then made its way to Australia, or Melbourne, in the early parts of 2020. And we all know that was 5 years ago. But yeah, life before COVID and life after COVID. I think that's one of a pretty good topic to start off with.
COVID, huh? Just like you think about all the saturation online. It's like, oh, COVID was fake and it's just another flu. Who do we believe? You think about like all the lockdowns that we had, 6 or 7. Victoria was the most.
Well, the most lockdowns in the world.
Bro, I went off-roading during the lockdowns, but don't tell the police. But I'm literally sitting here thinking, who do we believe? Was COVID even real? All that time wasted. Like I wasted 2 years of my life to get to where I am today. You had to go through year 12.
No, it was in year 10.
You're year 10.
Bro,
Well, in
year
2020 and
Wait,
year
so-
10.
2020 was year 10.
Yeah, okay,
Year
right.
10 felt non-existent.
Yeah.
But when I got to year 12, I'm like, what happened in year 10? Like, I
Jesus
genuinely don't know.
Christ. I've got a lot of clients that have to do their exams from home.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
kids, I've got kiddos that are some of my clients. They tell me like the stress they had to go through, the fact that they had to have mirrors set up behind the Zoom cameras when the exams were happening.
Really?
So they had to have so the examiners can see through the screen if they're cheating. I was in uni at the time as well. We were doing exams. We didn't have to use cameras or anything.
Yeah.
But the examiners would be watching you like a hawk. So each individual screen. That's where all the students were. We were on the screen, and I can see one of our lecturers just looking dead eye into the screen. I'm thinking, far out. I'm having to stress about the exam and stress about the lecturer
Yeah.
just staring into my soul. But that was a very I wasn't traumatic, but it was more of a just got to be bothered. Just got to be asked.
That's wild, man.
But not a lot of people can relate. A lot of people have to go through.
I mean,
a lot
I
of-
definitely
a lot of
can't
shit,
relate.
bro. Yeah.
Because I was working full time. So, like, for me, like, I got stood down, I think, that first lockdown. So, I'm a mechanic by trade. So, obviously, we were deemed essential for a period of time. And, yeah, man, I think I was probably, mid to late April, we got stood down. Yeah. And I was stood down for 2 months, just over 2 months. I was on that government package at $750 a week, but I was also working full time at Officeworks. So don't go through my financials, please don't.
There's a weird disclaimer there.
Again, like I said, we were talking, and yet we didn't give the mic to him. So he was talking.
Yeah,
We hadn't given him the mic.
I mean, we'll find out at the court. I'm sure it'll court.
Give us some time, guys. We're still working out the mic situation, but
Yeah, 2 mics between 3 guys is kind of hard. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace definitely doesn't like us.
Marketplace,
Guys, please, when we message you to buy things off Facebook Marketplace, reply.
Please reply.
Like, just please reply. Like, it's the least you can do. Tell us it's sold, and then we'll be like, no worries, thank you for letting us know. Like, do you not want money? Is that the thing? Like, what's the go? But yeah, that's the sitch, man. So I got stood down and worked full time at Officeworks, and so my life didn't really change too much. I think my life became working Officeworks, coming home, having some food with my parents, and then straight on to gaming with the guys from work. Yeah, game till midnight, sleep, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, I think I would have been in year 9, end of year 9. End of year 9, thank you.
He's still getting used to it.
That was when the COVID talk started.
Yeah,
They were
okay.
like, oh yeah, it's around. And I remember at the time, my family and
End of year 9.
yeah, so end of 2019.
Yeah, right.
I think
I mean-
I'm pretty sure that's when it.
Yeah, it
the
was like
talk started.
December.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Dude, you are pretty old. I'm blessed.
I mean, I was in Sri Lanka in 2019, dude. Back into 2019 for 2 weeks. So like, that was kind of like, I was kind of surprised, like, because I didn't actually hear about it till I got back, and then I was thinking about it. I'm like, holy shit! Like, I could have been, you know, all the people that actually were overseas during the time and then had to come back and go into
I
hotel
saw that.
rooms
I
and all the
saw
rest of
that.
it. Like, how
You
crazy
know,
is that?
the
man?
worst part as well, I've seen just, oh man, it just breaks my heart. So a lot of the families here had relatives pass away overseas.
Yeah.
They couldn't go overseas to the funeral. Like, I mean, we're sitting here 5-6 years later talking about this. We're not here to like raise awareness or talk about, you know, what could have been done, what should have been done.
We're not trying to change the wheel.
We're not trying to change the wheel. We're just going through what we had to go through. Right? Well, what we experienced. And for us, it was, you know, our family was building a house and we had to move it to rental property. But the gyms weren't open. That was my biggest thing. Because I was peaking in my gym. Like, I'm telling you, I'm proper.
That's when I discovered that parks had some exercise equipment.
That's it. There you go. That's it. But the worst part is, so there was a park near the place where we were situated. That park was just outside the radius. So if I was to go down to the park right there, do some pull-ups, chin-ups, whatever, I can get stopped by the 5-0, and they'll ask me for my ID and everything. I can get a big fine.
Yeah,
So, you know, at the time I was thinking, you know what, I'll be a good boy. Don't want to break the rules, you know, just want to make sure I follow the rules, which we know that doesn't happen nowadays. But you know, that's how
I
it
mean, we
is.
try to, but
Please, you know.
you know what's wild though, right? So like, I had friends, still have friends, that would use because obviously we got given a document. You got to give in a document if you had to work outside that radius to then obviously travel, right? So then you present that to the
And the
police.
med suits, yeah.
Bro, I had people like, I knew people that would use and abuse it. Like I'm saying, curfew's what, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock or something? Curfew?
Curfews, holy shit.
If you had that sheet with you, you could be out past curfew and then be like, I'm on the way home from work. Because how can they
100%.
prove that you're not?
100%. I know a lot of guys that were to the system right at the time.
I remember, because when I was working office work, sometimes we'd close up at 9. I remember being shit scared, thinking, fuck, I'm going to get pulled by the police here. I'm going to get I'm going to get dicked. Right? That was a proper fear that I had back then driving home. Right? I'm driving a shit-ass Camry. Not the one that I have now.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm talking like the old 93 Camrys, the mighty Camry, fucking just didn't
The
die.
mighty Camry.
It didn't die. Look, it did,
3.6
bro,
V6.
I used and abused that thing, didn't die.
Yeah, totally.
I ended up, I did kill it in the end, but I mean, it is pretty much bulletproof
this is
until
young.
you go through a massive puddle of water and then it kind of hydrolocks it. Yeah, so that was kind of my fault.
Let's not talk about hydrolock systems and water. Please. All right. I'll tell you a story. This is my first patrol.
Yeah.
I think the boys watching this will know about the story. We went off-roading. This is the time we had the 25-kilometre radius, right?
Yeah.
Went off-roading. Needless to say, I didn't have a snorkel at the time, right? Typical rookie mistake, rookie error. I've gone through a puddle, and then she's just gone, nah, not having it. Gone. Kaboom. On the spot, dead. Couldn't move it.
No way.
Fucked. So,
This is during COVID.
during COVID, obviously lockdown, there's a bit of karma, I reckon, but
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
3 a.m., this is in the middle of the jungle,
Yeah.
no lights at all. And I'm thinking that, fuck, I couldn't give a fuck about who comes out to the woods.
How'd
I'm
you get it
thinking
out?
My car. My baby died right in front of me. I had to then trek all 5 kilometres just to go meet up with the boys alone. It's a thing that I love doing at the night. Go walk,
Yeah, so
walk down to
so
the...
basically what you're saying is you like to trek in the woods by yourself.
Absolutely, mate.
At night, yeah,
I
at night.
can reconnect with my soul, you know?
Okay, yeah.
I feel like that's
What if,
more of a because I don't just sit in front of a screen and
Yeah.
play games too.
Okay, yeah.
I'm more
I
of an outdoorsy sort of guy.
Yeah,
I
fair
love
enough.
camping.
Yeah. I mean, each to their own. Yeah,
Each to your own. That's
Yeah,
it.
I
So
mean, if Ivan
yeah.
Milat comes and gets you, then
That's it, brother.
Yeah, fair
That's
enough.
it. You know, you live one life. We could be here
Hold
all
on.
day talking about.
Do you know who Ivan Milat is?
No.
Okay. You know who Ivan Milat is?
Who?
Ivan Milat.
No, who's that?
Are you actually being dead set serious? You don't know?
See-
Gotti, do you know who Ivan Milat is? Are you fucking serious? Am I the only? Bro, Australian
oldie.
history. Do you guys not know Australian history right now?
Were you alive for it? Or?
I wasn't alive for it, but I read up on it.
5 years on us.
Yeah.
I was not alive for it, man. This happened in the 80s, I'm pretty sure.
See, I don't know.
I was not born in the 80s, Gotti. Fuck you. Yeah, no, Ivan Milat.
Has he had his blood
Mass
pressure
serial
medication?
murderer.
Right, has he had his
Yeah.
has he had his blood pressure medication?
I did this morning. Don't worry,
Ah,
relax. Yeah, relax. It's fine. Bitch.
Oh,
the vein,
you
yeah.
can see the vein popping out.
Yeah. You'll see something else popping out soon, motherfucker. Yeah, no, Ivan Milat, yeah, mass serial murderer. Is situated in New South Wales, or was in New South Wales. Yeah, and that's what he did. He kidnapped backpacking females. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you know what's funny?
I mean, no. The reason why I said it was because he'd kidnap him, right? Like drug him, kidnap him, whatever. Take him out to butt fuck nowhere in the woods, and
Sounds like the Wolf of what do you call it? Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek, yeah.
Wolf Creek movie.
I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming it
Sounds similar to that
yeah.
story. But you know what's funny when you say that, right?
Yeah.
At the time, my car, my baby, my everything
Yeah.
had died on me.
Yep.
Apparently, at the time, this is a pretty well-known story. At between 12 a.m. to about 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a homeless guy that runs around in that area. He runs, not walk. He runs around that area. Now, when I say run, you're thinking probably goes for a jog, not like whatever night activities. No, my guy has his, I don't know what it is, clarinet or a trumpet or something. He plays that while he runs. I don't know what it is. That was
That's
a story
some
that I heard.
multitasking,
Now,
isn't it?
I only... I only heard about that after the shenanigans.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if this was during the shenanigans, I'd be sitting in the car. Hello, how are you? I am stuck in the water. But now look, I heard about that a couple of days later. I'm thinking, how the fuck did I survive that? If there was, this is an actual thing. You can probably ask Tanvir. He probably knows. He was there as well.
Yeah, okay.
Oh Jesus Christ, that was a night to remember. But no, look, go ahead. Please proceed with the. This
Oh, bro.
you were saying something.
What are you talking about?
I can't remember. Shit, yeah, I was saying something.
Let's go back to the COVID-19 stuff.
Yeah, so COVID-19 stuff. No, I mean, look, yeah, so that was 5 years ago. And then now we've obviously, prior to COVID-19, obviously life was different. I graduated high school a long time ago. We weren't
When was that exactly?
so it was 2010. Yeah, 2010. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. So, yeah. Look, it was actually, it was wild because I was talking to my partner earlier today. I was telling her, shut the fuck up. I was telling her that 10 years ago, I was actually in Sri Lanka celebrating my birthday.
Wow.
And how life was so much different back then. Like, I was in my 20s.
This guy would have been 10. Go ahead.
Yeah, he would have been 10. I actually met him around that time through his brothers.
10. Oh, no, would have been around 10.
Yeah, hold on, man.
Maybe 13.
I just can't sit here and fathom the fact that we're sitting next to a guy
Yeah.
that was in his diapers when we were in primary.
Yeah. I mean,
What
you were
the
in primary school. I was probably in high school when he was in
Oh, I'm
diapers.
sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, man. But yeah,
Same,
very
same,
likely.
but different.
Yeah,
huh?
same.
Ah.
So you graduated 2010.
Yeah, I graduated
I
2010.
was
Yeah.
6 years old.
Yeah, fuck. Okay.
I was 6 years old.
Yeah. That's
6.
so. He's 2004.
Good math.
Yeah.
Quick maths.
I was in grade 6 when you were born.
Oh,
To put that in perspective.
damn.
Yeah.
He's,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think Gotti needs a mic too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Well, that's the plan. We
Yeah,
get another couple of mics, and he chimes in with his little one-liners, and then we have to censor him because he's an asshole. But whatever. It is what it is.
Asshole. He's ass is American, right? Asshole.
He thinks he's American.
Oh.
Wait, what did I say? Did I enunciate it wrong? What are you guys talking?
We
Did
say
I
asshole.
enunciate wrong or something?
Nah, it's okay. We get it. You're an American to be, so.
American to shut the fuck. Stop putting me in the same category as Donald Trump, bro. This guy. Swear to God.
Trump sympathizer.
So, anyway, let's back onto the topic of COVID-19. Obviously, before COVID, life was very different, right? So, we were able to, like, social distancing wasn't really a thing. The whole mask wearing thing, like, that was non-existent, right? Like, that was huge, right? Because, like, even now, even to this day, I still see a lot of people when
wear
they
a
go to the
mask.
hospitals or even doctors and stuff, you ask to wear a mask. Like,
Even at a clinic
bro,
as well.
Literally 2 or 3 years ago, I went to my local GP to get just a checkup done. And I walked in. This is all after everything, all the COVID stuff's done. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. Walked in and they've gone, oh, have you got a mask? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, oh, well, you have to wear a mask. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what? They're like, yeah, you got to wear a mask if you're going to stay inside the clinic and do they get treated. So I was like, I had to buy 50 cents, whatever. But like, I still had to buy a mask. I was like, bro, what the
You
fuck?
had to go out of your way, yeah.
Yeah, it was just a go out of your way to get a mask sort of thing. And I was like, this is cooked, right? Like,
That was a clown show.
but then also all the activists and everything came out after COVID-19. Oh yeah, it doesn't exist. Or
I remember those
it's all about
riots.
the 5G towers, because 5G was coming out at the same time. So they're like, oh no, it's all related to the 5G. You're gonna get chips
Oh, yeah,
installed
I
in you
remember
when
that.
you get the vaccination and all the rest of it. It was
remember that.
wild, dude.
I remember that. Oh my God. I remember those days, eh? There's the 5G, all the conspiracy theories and the flat Earth societies.
Yeah.
they made
the amount of-
their peak performances.
The amount of things you hear
The
when
Earth is
people
flat, boys.
are behind a computer keyboard, bro.
Oh,
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors.
Yes. Keyboard. They're going to be coming hard at us for this one. But,
Yeah.
Oh, keyboard warriors won. There was.
we'll just fact check them and then.
We'll just give it to Yas to deal with.
No, I really won't deal with it. But I'll just look at it and go, thanks, guys. Smiley face.
Like,
Move on.
subscribe, and share.
I will like, yeah, exactly. Like, comment, share. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, bastard.
But I think the biggest thing to come out of COVID was the suicide rate.
Yeah.
It actually spiked, believe it or not. So,
It's horrible,
just a quick fact.
You know what the worst part is as well?
Yeah, go on.
You think about the news, the Western media. Sorry, what do you call it? The media outlets, mainstream media. That's
Yeah,
the word I was looking
mainstream
for.
media. Yeah.
Mainstream media. They go out. If we talk about a suicide, they'll say not related to COVID at all. They go into their own personal crisis or whatever. When they say stuff like that, I just sit there and go, no, I can't fathom that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Seriously, like if they were to cut, say, like for example, COVID-19 death, if someone dies of apparently heart attack, they go straight for a heart attack. They wouldn't go, nah, it's not a COVID-19 related.
Nah, you know what's wild? I don't know if it's 100% true, but I did hear that during that whole COVID-19 phase, when a lot of elderly people were dying and a lot of people were dying because of COVID-19 and other issues related to it, you could have had a heart attack and passed away, but sometimes they were just COVID-19, and it wasn't even the case. And I was like, well, hold on, that's a bit suspect, right? Like, but apparently that did happen. I don't know if it's 100% true. It's just what I've heard, but yeah. And just quickly, so February 2017, so this is pre-COVID, the portion of people experiencing severe psychological distress was at 8.4%.
Jesus.
Compared to April 2021, it's risen to 9.7%. So it doesn't seem like a lot, right? What, 1.3% rise?
But an
doesn't seem
increase
like
is an
but
increase.
when you consider,
The amount of people.
correct, yeah. So consider, I mean, that's just for Australia, right?
Yeah.
And we've got a population of around 25 million.
Yeah.
Right, 1%, it's about 20,000 people, or 200,000 people. Sorry, I could be wrong.
At the end of the day, an increase is an increase. From
100%, yeah.
It's still an increase. It's still a life.
Yeah.
That was lost.
100%, yeah.
It's a life.
It's
One
crazy.
life matters.
Yeah,
One life matters.
100% it does. And so, as I was saying, it's just kind of like you look at it, and I lost a mate during COVID because of suicide.
Yeah.
And and not being able to attend the funeral as well, and see my
That's
Jews
worse.
and
Oh my God.
grieve, have that grieving process as well. Because, look, it may not look. We still have those funerals and everything else. Like they're still having the funerals and everything, but you could only have close family, and then maybe
Yeah,
five.
it's like-
I think it was 5 or 6 friends or close friends.
Yeah.
Something like that. And so,
Jesus
and then the rest of it was live streamed,
Yeah.
right?
Live stream. Can you imagine that?
Bro, I tuned in. Like, there's nothing else I could do. I tuned
Obviously,
in.
no options there, but it's
Yeah,
just like,
that was the option for it.
But at the end of the day, like it's someone's life. We want to be there. We want to be present.
Yeah.
The fact it was done through a small screen from home.
Yeah, man. It's cooked. Like, I mean, take it how you will. I was fortunate and unfortunately at another funeral a year later, so 2022. So it's been 3 years. No, sorry, 2022? Yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
Sorry, so 2021, my cousin passed away. She had a peanut allergy, and I don't know the exact details. I never really asked and went into it, but I can tell you what, that I remember hearing of the news. My cousin called me. I was at work on it. It was a Monday morning. I was at work. My cousin calls me and she was like, "Hey, did you hear what happened?" And I was like, "No, what happened?" She's like, "Oh, hey, look, yeah, she's at hospital. She's at Werribee Hospital. We're not too sure what's going on, yada yada." And so I was like, "Oh shit, okay, yep, we're going." Like I didn't even bat an eye. I was like, "Yeah, we're going."
Yeah,
I was like, "Let me finish work. I'm gonna come. I'll pick you guys up. Let's go." So in amongst all that, I've called my mum going, "Hey, did you hear about it?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Are you guys going?" She's like, "Oh, we're not sure just yet." I'm like, "What do you mean you're not sure?" Like, no, that's not a thing. We're going. So anyway, my auntie and my cousin and her partner, who's a doctor, they came to my parents' place. We all piled into my dad's Tarago and off we went to Werribee, to the hospital. And thankfully, the restrictions were still enforced, but you could kind of get away with it because obviously it was a very, very sort of delicate situation. That was the Monday, and then the Tuesday, my parents went back to the hospital. I decided to stay at home. I didn't go to work. And then my mum called me. I remember my mum called me. It was probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And she's like, "Yeah, she's no longer with us." Wow. And yeah, man, that broke me, bro. Like I won't lie to you. That was
change you, bro.
yeah, definitely, man. Like she was 25, like 25, and that happened 4 years ago. She would have been 29 now. Like she had a whole life ahead of her. She was studying to be a nurse. And yeah, that really changed us. It again, it was like a blessing and a curse at the same time. It brought my cousins and I a lot closer. But thankfully, it was post-COVID, and so we were able to have a massive funeral for her.
That's good.
But again, like if that happened during COVID, brother, I don't know what I would have done. Hey, like I didn't go to work for the better part of a week and a half. Like I was just processing, and I didn't even bother calling work to tell them. I think I called them once and I said, "I'm not coming to work. I'll tell you guys when I'm coming back." And I waited till after the funeral to go back to work. And a lot of my colleagues were like, "Where have you been, man? I thought you quit, or what's going on?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I just lost my cousin, man." Like, and then so yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, man, it's wild.
Yeah, COVID definitely wasn't easy. COVID definitely wasn't easy. Yeah, for me, it was more so getting through it. Getting through it was just never easy. Just every day. Your parents are like, "Chuck on the TV, let's see what Daddy Dan has to say." Chuck on the TV. And we also had the health minister, that was chief health minister, whatever.
Yeah, chief health minister. Yeah.
What was his name?
Oh, I don't remember, man. He
Some
clearly
pretty
wasn't
boy.
important enough if I don't remember his name. So.
Clearly, apparently he had more power over Daniel Andrews.
Like it didn't make sense.
Honestly,
like,
I
how
don't know.
is
It was
this?
a whole mess
Anyway.
of fuck around. But anyway, yeah, it was a fact. It was just trying to get through. The fact for me, my go-to, my stress reliever was all the gym.
Yeah.
The fact that I couldn't do that, I just did some push-ups and sit-ups, which is never enough. And I couldn't even go for a drive. So obviously we love our our cars. Couldn't
Yeah.
go for a drive at the time. I couldn't see my mates. It's all video calls and call, and I was with the ex at the time as well. It's video face chat. What do you call it? The video
FaceTime.
chats. FaceTime. That's what it is.
FaceTime.
I'm not that old, boys.
Hey,
I'm
did you
not
guys
that
ever use
old.
house party?
Hey?
Yeah.
House
House
party. How good was that?
Yeah, that was good.
Holy shit,
Holy
house
shit,
party.
that blew up during
Yeah.
COVID.
Fuck.
Yeah.
House party. Does that still exist?
I mean, I think it does. It still exists. I don't think anyone uses it as much, but
Yeah. But yeah, man. Like obviously here we are today. You sort of appreciate what you have. Just
100%, yeah.
the people around you, the things you want to do, the hobbies, work itself.
Yeah.
You appreciate work as well.
Yeah. I mean, some do, but anyway.
Yeah, no, of course. So Yeah, the patients that we've seen in our clinic, a lot of it's stress-related pain.
Yeah.
So it comes in with headaches, back pain, whatever it is, stress-related.
Well, yeah, it's funny
big
you
thing.
say that, right? Because a lot of the stresses I feel like came from monetary, right? Because a lot of people lost work
Being
during
at
that time,
work,
right?
yeah.
But the Andrews government, well, what they could do was 750 a week, which
Right. What does that cover?
it doesn't cover
That
anything.
covers nothing.
But if we look at it, in the grand scheme of things, me personally, I think it's fucked us. Right? That 750 a week, as much as it did some good back then, right? We look at it now, they got rid of the middle income tax bracket. That was last year, right? And now they're making us, the tax rate, I think, has increased a little bit. Don't quote me on it, I'm not 100% sure. But we're paying more tax back to the government than we ever have, right? And because they're trying to recoup the losses from 2020, right? But then what's the other thing that's increased since then? Cost of living, right? And I'm not saying the cost, because there's two aspects to the cost of living, right? You got the cost of living, of course, but then you got the cost of spending, right? Now, there's a reel on Instagram. I'd have to find it. If I find it, I'll let Gotti know and he can attach it in. He explains the cost of living argument versus the cost of spending argument. We're in a day and age where we just tap and go on everything, right? How often have we actually carried a card or cash or our wallets even? Like, dude, I don't carry my wallet anymore. Today, I haven't got my wallet on me. It's at home. Yeah. So, I mean,
You don't need that.
you don't. Well, I mean, I got my license on my phone. Like, that's the thing. I went to Costco today to get a membership, right? And she's like, "Oh, can I get your ID?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't bring my wallet." And I'm like, "Wait, hold on. I got my ID on my phone."
Yeah.
Right? But we're in the day and age now where it's tap and go for everything. Zip pay, Afterpay, we've got that pay, this pay, whatever pay.
Yeah,
right?
you know what it is? It's a digital currency that's coming in as well. So we're going to live a digital world where the government controls your money, right? Now, obviously, we don't want to
I
be.
wouldn't say the
we
government
don't want
controls
to.
your money, but
We don't want to be, the conspiracy theorists and anti-government and sovereign citizens and whatnot. But we can see the world. We don't want to shoot it.
yeah.
I sit here thinking the government, we're vulnerable people, that we will concede to whatever rules are put in place. But there is going to be a right, and there's going to be an absolute right in the future.
Yeah.
And obviously, I won't take any part of it. Don't worry, I'm a good man. But yeah, that's just the way the world is going at the moment. It's scary. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely the post effects of
Yeah. It's crazy
COVID.
to hear you guys' like financial experience, because me being how old is that? 15, 16? Finances are not part of my
just
problem at all,
sacks and
right?
assignments,
Literally,
group
yeah.
projects.
If anything, it was just the
Formal.
the schoolwork and like the social aspect. That's probably where I was like, where I felt the hit at least. School, like socially at least, we found ways to go around it, like house party, like you mentioned. Like we jump on calls, we play games. We started playing games a lot as just our friend group.
Fuck, I miss those days.
Yeah, like have you ever played Among Us?
Yeah.
I can imagine. That was a massive.
Among Us?
Yeah.
You said
Among Us.
Among Us.
Yeah.
I had Mamas for some
Among
reason.
Us.
But yeah, Among Us. I remember that game.
Yeah. So we used to jump on that like, almost every night, just so like we can communicate with each other. Otherwise, you 6 hours in school, and this may sound like nothing because you guys work in 9 to 5, right? But 6 hours in school, face to a computer, and you're just doing God knows what. You don't even know why you're doing it. It's just doing random work that someone tells you to do. And you're just like, and at that age, you just like, you want to communicate, you want to interact with other people, you want to be social.
Yeah, 100%.
That's pretty much all cut off.
Did you use Teams for communication?
Yeah, we use Teams.
Brother, when I hear Teams, you know that video call? That call when someone calls you on Teams?
Oh, the sound effect.
Brother, that sound effect, that gives me PTSD,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But my boss at the time, like I was working for corporate at the time, I remember that I vividly remember getting those calls in between the lunch breaks, and I'm like, shit, what have I done, what have I done, what have I done, what have I dropped, what have I... You know, I've seen a lot of the reels. There could be an earthquake, there could be a bomb, or there could be a gunshot, but as soon as you hear that Teams ringtone, the whole world crumbles in front of you, bro. But look, I think that was a really good episode. I reckon we wrapped up some of the things we wanted to say. Like I said, first episode, we're not trying to be famous.
Nah.
we're just
speaking
a couple
our
of
minds,
blokes.
really.
Yeah, speaking our minds, speaking our heart, you know. And I'm hoping, you know, we can really relate to a lot of the blokes out there, because obviously this is obviously for blokes, but
yeah,
obviously
definitely.
the blokettes, is that what you call for females?
Blokettes, females. Yeah, blokettes. Yeah.
Could you say female?
I'm sure
I mean,
the
yeah,
comment
we-
section will educate us. I'm sure we get an education through comment section, but
Yeah. We'll probably
obviously
will get educated.
obviously we are tailoring this to obviously the men out there, obviously
Yeah.
fellow brothers, you know, if brother in arms. We just hope to really raise awareness, and you know, as the episodes
Yeah,
go
man.
on and on, hopefully we have 3 mics. Have to keep switching around.
Well, 4, because we want to get Gotti involved.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
sorry, I'm sorry, 4.
But yeah, no, thank you for tuning in, guys. That's the wrap on the first episode.
Alrighty, boys. Junior, you want to say?
Like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.
He said it.
And yeah, what, you got anything to add?
No, he said it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I beat you to it. Bye.
Bye.